Today is episode number 6 of my daily cyber journal video logs. It's been pretty awesome. A few things I want to talk about today, and just kind of give you an idea of what I was working on today. I didn't have a chance really to record much through the morning and the afternoon. Just been so busy. Went for a walk in the area. Have a few pictures here you can see through this video. Just a local area where it's like wall murals and things in the area, just to kind of take a break of always doing some cybersecurity studying and always being connected to a mobile device or a device. You kind of see some nice wall murals, some images in the area. So one area that I wanted to talk about, I was doing some studying today, and I got my phone here, so you'll see me looking down and I took some notes. On the show, The Fifth Estate on CBC, which is a Canadian broadcast television network, they had a documentary which was the Sextortion, and it was about Amanda Todd. And Sextortion, that's Sextortion. And what they were talking about was how, and it doesn't matter what age, but it was the documentary was about younger teenagers that were getting exposed. They were going on these chat channels, whatever that may be, and they were exposing themselves, nude pictures, whatever, showing themselves, and the people on the other end were recording it and then extorting them to get money. And this comes back down to cybersecurity and the challenges that we run into. And people think, okay, cybersecurity a lot of times is corporate business, but it can affect our personal lives. And the sad thing about this story and what they were talking about was Amanda Todd ended up committing suicide. And it was really sad. I mean, and this is something that we have to look at as a society, as parents, as teaching our children, even schools. You have to kind of look at. A lot of the times kids are getting their self-worth and self-esteem from YouTube and social sites because they're recording videos, maybe singing, maybe acting, whatever, and not understanding the full depth of social media, that it's public domain. So they might get great reviews, great feedback, and then might get on this side, they might get trolls. And they might get feedback from students and peers at their school, and it might not always be great. It might be not always positive feedback. And them trying to find their self-worth on social media and these channels, what happens, it can really affect them personally. And it's sad. It's sad to see. I mean, you see your cyberbullying. I was just learning this term sextortion. I didn't even know about it until today, as I was going through some research and just kind of looking at what's going on with the cybersecurity world and things I can learn. Just learning about this today, and it was really sad to see, and hear the stories and read some other articles and things about it. And what I'll do is I'll post the YouTube video here about the CBC, the fifth, just give me a second here, the Fifth Estate kind of story they had. It's a 45-minute YouTube video, and you can watch it and see it for yourself. And it's just really sad. We really have to kind of look at how kids are engaging online. And one of the things I would like to give some tips, right, just for me learning about cybersecurity, working towards becoming a professional. First and foremost, I would recommend that kids don't have computers, mobile devices, iPads in their bedroom, in a private room. Have it in kind of a common area. And when it's time to shut it off, right? Parents have access. Now, if they want some quiet time, that's fine, but it's in a common area. So they shouldn't be able to have access after hours. Some of the PCs, like I know with Windows, you can potentially set like a login time where they can log in, they can log in, they can't log in, right? So it kind of secures a little bit more. And there's different things you can do like that. So what happens is if they have access between, when they're done school from say 4 o'clock till 7, 8, whatever that time is, then 8 o'clock, they're done. They have to shut it off and they can't get access back. They can't get access, to the computer to be able to chat online and chat with their friends. I know it's a little bit extreme, but you got to be careful that they're not sneaking online and they're not talking to people that they shouldn't be and not knowing. It's not the point that they're doing it intentionally. It's the other side and how, and as cybersecurity, as you go through, you start to open your mind of, not everyone is doing the most ethical thing on the other side of the fence, right? What you're on screen, on chat, might not always be the person that you think it is on the other side. And you really have to be careful. And kids, teenagers, don't have the wisdom and wealth to understand that. And it's up to us adults to protect them, right? Because again, it could be someone posing, and this is a term called catfishing. Someone posing as, you know, a 13, 14, 15-year-old boy, took a picture offline, created a profile, did all that. And meanwhile, it's a guy, an adult in his basement, in his home, having 5 or 6 conversations with minors, right? It's happening. I mean, I know us adults, and you probably watch this, you're kind of like, yeah, I know it's, you know, we're not naive to it, but it's up to us to share this information and protect the people around us, and teachers to educate and just keep on this, because it's sad to see kids, teenagers going through this. And this is across North America. I've seen many documentaries on this. And I know I'm kind of going a little bit of a rant like this, but it's sad for me to see. Like, I hate hearing stories where, you know, a young teenager or a young child gets online, starts, you know, putting themselves out there, and they feel like they have nowhere to go, and they get ganged up, and all this pressure gets on them because they might be being bullied or teased at school, but they don't have any safety when they leave, because when they go back online, it's there as well. So they feel like there's nowhere to go, nowhere to kind of take a break. So it's kind of coming from all different directions, where it's up to us to kind of give them that space to be able to say, look, it's okay, you know, we'll take you offline, we'll do all that, we'll protect you, and just, you know, we're here to support you. And when things happen, it's up to us as law enforcement, security professionals, parents, teachers, to give them the space, the area where they can be protected, they can feel safe. That it's not like, well, it's your fault, you know, too bad, good luck with that. And a lot of times you hear, and I remember, I think I mentioned this in an article, there was a Catholic school in the Peel region where one of the parents was having problems with cyberbullying, and the school was like, well, you know, there's nothing really we can do. And the kid kind of felt like, oh my God, like there's nowhere I can turn, because I was told to go to the school. And the school didn't do anything. And here in Ontario, there is cyberbullying. It's actually a crime, right? Kids can be charged for it, but it has to be reported, right? And I know the school did all the wrong things. They told the child to delete all the forensic evidence. So then that's wrong to do. I mean, if they reported properly, the police would have, you know, captured all the information, made a report, and did all the right things. But because it wasn't reported the right way, and the school didn't have the right process, and they didn't do the right things, it all kind of got tied up. And then the parent got upset, and he went there and potentially almost got himself arrested because he was trying to protect his child, and completely understand. So kind of ranting about that, but at the end, my point is, sextortion, cyberbullying, all these areas is up to us to educate on what's going on and protect our children and protect the teenagers around us, and give them the right information, whatever we can do. So do your best. You know, if you have any questions about what I've learned, what I'm studying, what's going on, anything that you need to do, send me an email, let me know, because again, I am here to help. And as I learn this more and more, it's like, cybersecurity can affect us in many different ways, from our mobile devices to our PCs, to our laptops, to our financial, our personal identity, to our companies, to our networks, you name it. I mean, you can go right, health systems. I mean, I was reading about that, about ransomware on hospitals and all that. So it's not that it can't affect us in many different areas. It's up to us to be kind of diligent and do our best to protect ourselves, and harden our security wherever we can, and just keep learning. And that's why, for me, to do these videos, to go on this journey, it's so important for me to do that. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. I'm learning all these different areas, and it's just like, wow, like, the more I study, the more I do research, the more I learn, the more I know that this is kind of the path and the journey I want to take. But I'm learning that it is very scary when you start to open up your mind to these are potentials. And I'm not trying to be fearful, like, oh my God, you know, go up north, hide in the bushes, you know, disconnect from everything. But you have to be aware. You don't want to put yourself in a bad situation. Your kids don't want to be put in a bad situation. They want to feel safe when they're doing whatever activity, whatever thing they're doing. They want to feel safe. And it's up for us to provide that safe environment and learn and do these things. So that's kind of really what I covered today and learned today. And it's just, again, it keeps opening up my mind of how important it is for cybersecurity, IT security, for the wealth of information out there, and to learn more and more. And as the Internet of Things comes out, and all these devices from, you know, toasters getting IP addresses, refrigerators, you know, your smart TVs, you name it, all these areas need to be secure and protected. And the more devices that kids get from, you know, your watches or smart devices, like you name it, right across the board, we need to look at how to protect them as we're, you know, using our purchasing dollars, asking these questions. How do I protect it? How do I secure this? So that's my rant for tonight. I just wanted to finish off there and just kind of share what I've learned. Do your best, you know, comment below. Let me know if there's any questions, what you think of this, the video. Again, I'm just going through this journey about becoming a cybersecurity professional, and it's amazing with what I'm learning, but it also is kind of one of those kind of eye openers for me. Being in physical security years and years ago, I knew like things to watch out for, and that has not changed. And even now it's expanding to watch out for the actual physical security, safety in the areas that you go into, but now also watch out for what you do online. I mean, it's you can put something silly online as much as, you know, a bad drinking video. You know, you'll go out for, you know, with a couple friends and you say something stupid and that gets put online. It can affect your job, your financial situation, your relationships, whatever that may be. It can affect it right across the board from one incident. And that's just, you know, kind of looking on that side to a point where criminal activity, malicious activity that could happen against you. So again, just kind of blowing my mind of all the things you have to think about. And it's, you know, I'm excited about being able to share that and, you know, helping whoever's watching this video kind of take a look at and thinking about, maybe even it's just a second thought, just kind of going, you know what, maybe I should look more into that. If that's all you get from this video, I mean, it's awesome. All right, so that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's Sunday and I'm learning so much, and I will see you tomorrow morning.